Hey, this is Drei, and welcome to the Coffee Breakers Club podcast. This is episode 22 of this podcast, and thank you for joining me. Today, let's talk about basketball. So for this week, naisip ko na magkaroon tayo ng overall theme sa 3 episodes for the Monday, Wednesday, and Friday episodes na yung theme natin is yung mga bagay na passionate ako or at least very keen ako in learning but I'm not really good at. So something like things I wished I am good or I excel at. Parang ganun. So there are 3 things. And this is the first one. And with that, let's talk about basketball. So like most Filipinos, I really love basketball. I love watching it. I like playing it, talking about it, speculating about it, and all that shindig, diba? I guess Philippines is a basketball nation, no? So unlike most countries around the world, which is a number 1 sport nila is football or soccer, diba? Ito yung number 1 sport nila, and I think worldwide, ito yung most famous sports. But us Filipinos, we're a bit different. I guess pwede mo sabihin or isipin na since we are actually colonized and influenced by Americans, kaya na-adapt natin yung love nila for basketball. And one could argue na bakit hindi baseball, diba? Kung American influence ito. Well, I guess dito papasok yung availability ng basketball para sa atin, no? Kasi in playing it, you just need a hoop attached to a board. Pwedeng plywood lang yan, diba? Or mga 2x2 na pinagdikit-dikit. Tapos ididikit mo lang sa isang poste. That's simple. And then just a basketball, right? Minsan nga hindi basketball yung gamit din eh. Kahit anong bola, diba? Kahit tennis ball yan, gagawing bolang pang basketball, diba? So you don't need a lot of space. And creating a hoop attached to a board and attaching it to some kind of a post is really something quite easy or convenient to do. Parang napakadali lang niyang gawin, right? So yun nga, it's very available and quick to play, kumbaga. And combining that to the fact na when you watch basketball, there is always something exciting happening, no? Parang feeling ko kasi yung attention span ng mga Pinoy is napaka-ikli. Na from my experience when I watch football, naiinip ako na ang tagal nila bago makascore. I guess nasanay ako dun sa maya't maya merong puntos, no, sa basketball. So yeah, exciting, availability, convenience, lahat yan ihalo-halo natin, and then I think those are the perfect ingredients kaya naging basketball nation tayo. And I started watching basketball in a very young age na nakikisabay ako sa panonood kasabay ng mga kuya ko, no? So NBA, PBA, tsaka yung NBA wala na ngayon pero inabutan ko pa yun. And tsaka syempre yung anime na Slam Dunk, diba? I think kids of my generation, yung Slam Dunk yung rason kung bakit nag-try or nag-decide kami maglaro or try ka namin laruin yung basketball nga. At least sa barrio namin, I know for a fact na dahil sa Slam Dunk. And if we're going to the teams that I support, I'm watching sa PBA, San Miguel Beermen ako, and sa NBA naman, Los Angeles Lakers. So let's start with PBA siguro, diba? Support local hashtag. I think at the start, and nanonood ng PBA, most of my siblings, if not all, no, SMB sila, pero yung nanay ko pure foods siya. So me being a little kid, so very attached ako sa mother ko, so nakiki-pure foods ako, di ba? Pero wala pa akong maintindihan nun, basta kung ano lang yung team ng nanay ko, yun din yung team ko. Pero once na nagkaroon ako ng sariling isip, naging San Miguel Beermen fan ako. And I guess around 98% ng nakikinig ngayon or Filipinos in general is Ginebra fans, no? Ginebra fans. Di ako masyadong na-impluwensyahan in a way, or I'm one of those guys na hindi masyadong trip yung Hinebra. So, yun. San Miguel ako. And when I say San Miguel, particular ako dun sa isang group na I guess sila yung squad na to, yung kapag sinabing SMB sa akin, sila kagad yung papasok sa isip ko. So, sina Danny I, Danny S, or Danny Siegel, si Olsan Racela, Nick Velasco, tsaka si Dondon Hontiveros. So, yun yung squad ko, kumbaga. And, syempre, PBA to. So, may import. Kung import si Lamont Strotters. Diba? Asarap big kasi ng pangalan ni Lamont. Diba? So, paisa ulit. Lamont Strotters. And then, yung coach nila, si Coach Jong Wichiko. And then for the newer generation, I guess, andyan sina Arwin Santos, si Junmar, diba, Fajardo, tsaka si Alex Cabagnot, yung mga yan. Pero sobrang naging fan ako nung Danny I, Danny S, Racela, Velasco, Contiveros squad. Yun yung squad ko. I think at least 2 championship nakuha nila. Sorry pero hindi ko masyado memorize yung mga championships ng SMB. Unlike the Lakers. So, syempre, meron ako NBA team and it's actually the Los Angeles Lakers. So, ito yung medyo weird sa ating mga Pinoy na sobrang fan tayo ng NBA. Hindi naman tayo nakatira sa US. Meaning, so we're actually supporting teams na specific lang sa mga cities nila. Right? So, Los Angeles, Chicago, New York, and whatnot. And us not being there, supposed to be, ba't mo susuportahan yun, diba? Pero that fact can't stop us. Sa mga NBA fans din tayo. So, bakit ako Laker fan? It's actually because of one man. It's Kobe Bryant. Super Kobe Bryant fan ako, and I guess this is the main reason kung bakit tayo naging fan ng isang NBA team. It's because of the players. Some are Cavaliers fans dati dahil kay LeBron, or some are Warriors fan dahil kay Steph and whatnot. So we're actually fans of the players of that team, kaya nagiging fan tayo ng team na rin na yun. And I'm the same in a way na since Kobe fan ako since 2000, no, or 2001, yung first championship run nila, dun ako naging Kobe fan. By default, naging Lakers fan ako, diba? And until now, kahit wala na siya, si LeBron na yung main man ng Lakers, by default, Laker fan pa rin ako. But not as much nung siya pa yung naglalaro, obviously, diba? And yes, unlike sa SMB na hindi ko masyado memorize yung mga milestones, mga championships nila, sa Lakers naman, halos alam ko lahat yan. I mean, yung Kobe era, yan, talagang ano ko yan, sinubaybayan ko yan. If there are documentaries about it, I watched them. I read their Wikipedia page entry, diba? So all that, alam ko yon. So all that, inalam ko yon. And actually, sobrang passionate ako sa game na to, na merong actually 2 games na simpleng laro lang, pero actually napaluha or napaiyak ako nung pinapanood ko. So yung first one, yung Gilas Pilipinas. So Gilas Pilipinas, ito yung ano natin, national squad natin na lumalaro. So sa FIBA, or kung papala rin sana sa Olympics, kanyan. So Gilas, diba? So back in 2013, yung FIBA World Cup, is tayo yung host, no? Tayo yung host. So, kalaban natin dito yung mga Asian countries, diba? FIBA Asia. So, merong particular game dito, yung nilabanan natin yung Korea. Now, Korea, sobrang lakas ng team na to. They're one of the stronger team in Asia. So, together with Iran, diba? Japan, Taiwan. So, isa sila. And there were a time na tayo yung number 1 team sa buong Asia. So, back in the early 90s, I think, sa mga kwento ng mga matatanda. So, tayo yung number 1 team. And then, so these teams, little by little, sila yung nakakakuha nung spot na malakas sa Asia. Tapos tayo, pababa ng pababa. I think mas maganda siguro yung programs nila or whatnot. Pero I don't know kung bakit. Pero yun nga, yun yung naging trend. So, same goes with Korea. So dati, pinamaltrato lang natin sila sa laro. Pero ngayon, for the past, I guess, decade, no? Tayo yung nilalampaso nila, which is sad. So yung laro ng Korea, if I remember this correctly, is malakas sila sa labas, no? So they are making it rain from the 3-point territory, kumbaga. And yeah, tatambakan ka talaga kapag nagti 3 points ka. So ayun nga, no? And back when tayo yung malakas, parang tayo yung Korea dati na sobrang lakas natin sa labas. Kaya kahit malalaki yung mga kalaban, tres lang tayo ng tres. Kaya nananalo tayo, kumbaga. Pero yeah, we're tasting our own medicine per se. And then yeah, sabi ko nga, for the past decade, tayo yung tinatalo ng Korea. Diba? Hindi natin sila matalo-talo. And then, na-build yun na up to this point, and at this point, talagang sobrang gigil na natin sa kanila. Kung magagigil na yung gilas, di ba? And kasama tayo sa mga gigil na yun, or at least mga fans. This game is a back and forth game. Sobrang exciting niya. And at the end, nanalo tayo. And I think yung lamang, 1 digit lamang lang eh. Tama? So sobrang exciting niya. So sobrang emotional ng game na to. And at the end, nung umiiyak na yung mga Gilas players dahil nanalo sila. Mind you, hindi championship game to. Simpleng game lang to, okay? Pero yung pag-iyak nila, yung pag-celebrate nila, yung energy nung arena, nung nanalo sila, parang nagano yun, parang it hit me differently na, ayun na, napaluha na rin and whatnot, naging emotional na. I think nag-post pa nga yata ako sa social media account ko dito. So ayan, that's one of them. And then this other one na game na napaiyak ko is yung farewell or last game ni Kobe sa NBA. So yung game na to, kalaban nila Utah Jazz sa Staples Center, which is in Los Angeles. Sa time na to, I think I'm already working na, and for some reason, I'm at home. Siguro Saturday or Sunday. Basta I'm at home. I'm watching it live. No? And then, at this point ng career ni Kobe, sobrang na niya. Sobrang inefficient na siya. No? He's shooting socks. Kagad siyang nilalabas kasi kagad na rin siya napapagod and whatnot. Kumbaga. And then yeah, we're not expecting much from him. And we're not expecting much from this roster. Diba? Puro mga rookie tsaka sophomore yung mga yung mga ka-teammate niya. So talagang we're expecting the worst out of this season. But yeah, so this is the pasok sa playoffs. No? So laglag na sila. So yung game na to is parang yun yung last game papunta ng playoffs. So after nito, playoffs, hindi na ako manonood kasi nga wala yung Lakers. Last game niya and we're not expecting much, right? Pero lahat ng mga artista sa Hollywood nandun. All the important people are there. Kumbaga, halo si Jay-Z, Kanye West, si Snoop Dogg. So sila yung naalala ko kasi yung camera lagi nasa kanila. But yeah, so out of this game, so laging si Kobe yung tumitira. Then, syempre walang pumapasok madalas. Pero yeah, so this game, laging lamang yung Utah Jazz as expected. No, as expected. Now, around 10 yata yung lamang and then 3 minutes more, kumbaga. And then Kobe took over the game na hinabol niya single-handedly yung lamang. Tapos lumamang sila dahil din sa kanya. 3 minutes left. Sa bawat tira niya, if you could imagine, bawat mapasok niyang tira, talon ako ng talon. Tama, sobrang saya. And then nung napanalo pa niya, and then naka 60 points pa siya. 60 points is hindi biro, di ba? Sobra yung emotions, and then yan, napaluha din ako. Yan, di ba? So ganun ako ka-passionate sa laro na to. And I guess in terms of watching and supporting, I'm there, no? Pero in terms of playing, yan, dyan tayo medyo will take a bit of a backseat, kumbaga. Kung in terms of paglalaro, because I'm not the best player. I'm not even a very good player, right? At my best, I'm just a role player, diba? Tawagin na lang natin role player kasi kapag sinabing bench warmer, para nakaka-hurt na masyado yan. So let's call us, no, role players. And I guess yung strengths ko, kung meron man, is I guess defense siguro, tsaka spot up shooting. Yung parang bigay mo lang sa akin yung bola at titira ko na lang, ganun. And then yun yung mga strengths ko, I think. But yeah, I have no delusions on me being a good player, no? Tanggap ko na yun. I'm not that athletic, ganun. And I didn't have the means to play the game almost every day na pwede kong i-practice or whatnot. In terms of size then, I'm not that tall. So, there's a lot going against me to become a good player, diba? But still, every chance that I get, I play, diba? I won't shy away from playing, kumbaga. Alam ko hindi ako magaling, pero maglalaro ako. Kapal na mukha ko, diba? Joke lang. Hindi, kasi nga, I really love the game, so I will play, kumbaga. Kasi once you know your weaknesses, so you can play in relation, no, dun sa weaknesses mo na kung alam mong hindi ka magaling dyan, edi huwag mong gagawin. Mag-focus ka dun sa kaya mong gawin. Mag-focus ka dun sa alam mong makaka-contribute sa mga teammates mo. And eventually, kung papalaran sa pagkakapanalo nyo, ganun. So if you're not great in offense, bawi ka sa defense. Diba? Sabi nga nila, defense wins games. So dumepensa ka. Doon mo bawiin. Doon mo ubusin yung enerhiya mo, kumbaga. And I do that. Naalala ko pa nga nung high school, pwede kang humiram ng bola to play, no? Kung kapag hihiram ka ng bola, i-surrender mo muna yung ID mo. Tinatawag namin ng deposit sa school namin. So, di-deposit mo yung ID mo, bibigyan ka ng bola, and then yun, laro. So, high school, hindi kami nagdadala ng damit na panlaro. Tatanggalin lang namin yung polo namin. Then yun na. So, naka-t-shirt, black pants, black shoes kami. Diba? So, imagine niyo yun kung gaano kahirap maglaro using black shoes. Diba? Sakit sa paa. Pero, we still manage. Kasi nga, we love playing the game. And, imagine niyo din, no? High school kids wearing uniforms, tanghaling taba, tas naglalaro. Ano na lang yung amoy namin, diba? Tsaka nung itsura namin after ng laro. Pero yeah, even still, diba? Lalaro at lalaro kami. Kung merong bolang mahihiram. Kasi bilis magkaubusan. And then, going to college, yung first PE namin, no? Yung first PE class namin, there are two choices nung SEM na yon kung ano yung kukunin mo. And then, either swimming or basketball yung class. So, luckily, napunta ako dun sa basketball class. So, una, tinuturuan kami yung mga basics, ganyan-ganyan. Prelims, puro mga basics, ganyan. Fundamentals, ganyan. Midterms, parang ito na yung start nung tournament. Parang round robin. And then finals, yun yung yun yung parang playoffs na at the end magkakaroon ng champion. Hindi kami nag-champion pero pumasok naman kami dun sa dun sa playoff run. Kumbaga, I think nakapasok lahat. Pero but that besides the point. It was still a fun game. And then just recently, ngayong nag-work na ako, biglang nagkaroon ng basketball league sa team namin. So, yung team kasi namin, we're composed of around 200 people. So, makakabuo ka ng several teams. So, yun yung nangyari. Per sector, bumuo ng team and then nagbunutan kung anong kulay ng team nyo. Yun ang bunot namin, black. So, nung nag-brainstorm kami ng isa kong office mate, Sabi ko, ano ang magandang pangalan ng team natin? Ganyan. So sabi niya, Black Panthers. Sabi ko, ano nun time na to, fresh na fresh pa yung Black Panthers movie na Marvel. So sabi ko, ayoko nga, yun na lang yan. And then yun, Black Panthers. But in retrospect, both of us being Kobe fans, dapat nag-Black Mamba na lang kami. Diba? Napakasayang. Pero hindi namin naisip yun kaagad. Nasabi namin Black Panthers kami. So Black Panthers na kami. So syempre, kasama ako doon sa team. Kahit na hindi ako masyadong magaling lumaro, di ba? But nag-contribute naman ako sa mga ibang bagay. Like designing the jersey. Yung player rotation din. I am one of those guys na gustong-gusto yung ganong klaseng mga activities for the basketball game. Thinking of, sino yung ilalagay natin come in every quarter or whatnot, ganon. Kumbaga parang manager / coach stuff. So yun. So tumulong ako doon kasi nga hindi ako masyadong marunong lumaro. So it goes without saying na hindi ako babad, diba? And sabi ko nga, since isa ako doon sa mga nag-design or nag-decide kung sino yung mga pumapasok in every quarter and every minute, I could have easily put myself, but competitive ako. So nilalagay ko lagi yung kumbaga best 5 in every situation, in every game, to make sure na mananalo kami. So kumbaga winning comes first para sa akin. And then yeah, nag-champion naman kami. Yes, diba? Champion. And yeah, that has been a fun tournament, to say the least. And then with that, I guess, let's go to our 3-in-1 questions. Number 1, aling PBA team ang sinusuportahan mo? Hinebra, no? Joke lang. Number 2, sino ang basketball GOAT mo or greatest of all time mo? And lastly, kung lumalaro ka ng bola, ano yung highest points mo in one game? Yan, siya nawa. The coffee break is over. Catch you in the next one. Cheers. Hey, this is Drei, and welcome to the Coffee Breakers Club podcast. This is episode 23 of this podcast, and thank you for joining me. Alright, today, let's talk about swimming. This is the second installment nung overall theme natin for this week. Yung things that I wished I excel at, but don't. Parang ganun. Yeah, so the first one is yung basketball. And then for today, yeah, it's swimming. So for swimming, hindi ako marunong lumangoy. Not until 2017. Okay? So prior to this, kung magsiswimming ganun, so I make sure na yung tubig sa pool or whatnot is hindi lalampas sa chest level ko, kumbaga. And lagi lang ako nasa side, chill lang, ganun. Minsan maglulublob para mabasa yung buhok para kunyari nagsuswimming ka. Pero alam mo yun, hindi talaga. So where I grew up, our place doesn't have any of those like dagat or ilog, kanyan, or mga lawa, mga pond. Meron lang kami, parang sapa. Pero yung sapa na to, parang actually it was a river once, and then na-dry up lang siya dahil sa pinatubo. And then little by little, nagkakaroon siya ng tubig galing sa mga bulubundukin. Tas ngayon, parang mini river na ulit siya, I think. But then it's a river, pero sa sobrang konti ng tubig, tinatawag lang namin siyang sapa. So dito sa sapa na to, dito madalas mag-swimming yung mga kababata ko, no? So ako, hindi ako sumasama kapag nagde-decide sila mag-swimming doon kasi parang you don't need to be a scientist to know na medyo questionable yung quality ng tubig kasi nga medyo madaming dumi, basura, ganyan yung tubig. So, hindi siya clear. So, unlike yung mga full-blown na river na ma-justify mo pa kasi very flowing yung tubig and relatively clean or clear yung tubig. This one, hindi. No? So, believe me when I say it's not. So, hindi ako masyadong sumasama. And kung sumama man ako, yari ako sa nanay ko kapag nalaman niya naligo ako doon. Diba? Kasi adding up to the quality ng tubig sa sapa na to, ang dami na rin cases na kids almost drowning, or I think in my childhood, there was at least one incident na namatay talaga yung bata. Right? Unfortunate. So, medyo delikado. Yan nga pala, kasi nasabi ko na konti lang yung tubig sa sapa na to, so paano may nalulunod? Diba? So kasi sa baryo namin, anong nangyari? Merong quarry site. Okay, sa quarry site. So sabi ko nga, nag-dry up yung once river na to dahil sa pinatubo. Meaning, there's a lot of debris coming from that 1991 eruption. So ang daming sand, diba? Tapos yung sand na to, ito yung ginamit na business ng ibang mga locals namin doon. So, merong quarry site para kunin yung buhangin nga or sand para sa construction, let's say. And then, so kumukuha sila ng sand on this river. So, if you could imagine, nagdelive sila ng parang mga hukay na sobrang lalalim. Tapos yun, naiipon yung tubig sa sapa sa mga hukay na yun. And then yun yung ginagawang swimming pool nga ng mga bata sa baryo namin. Now, hindi na masyadong nangyayari to. Doon sa panahon lang namin. Okay? Yung generation namin, doon uso to. So, medyo malalalim yung mga hukay na to. Some could be at least 2 meters deep minsan. Sabi nila, kwento lang nila sa akin. And sabi ko nga, walang malapit na dagat sa amin. So, the only choice, okay, that we had are yung mga resorts, ganon, para makapag-swimming. And even with those, I think our family in particular doesn't do them. Hindi kami masyadong nahilig sa pagpunta sa mga resorts ganyan. I think nagpupunta lang kami kapag naimbita, say mayroong birthday party, ganon. Pero halimbawa summer, we don't have any plans in going to the resorts to spend our summer days, kumbaga. So yeah, I had little to no exposure talaga sa mga ganitong activities. So that's the major reason why hindi ako natutong lumangoy at a very young age. So ayun nga, once na merong ganitong activities like magka-closing party, kanyan, diba? Or nagkaayaan ng mga kaklase, swimming daw. So sasama naman ako, pero yun nga, I'm just on the sides or sa mga kiddie pools, ganyan. Kung nandun ako sa pang-adult na swimming pool, nasa sides nga lang talaga ako. Parang yung tinatawag nilang lungisuso. So nakadikit lang ako sa sides, tapos andun lang ako, chilling. And ayun, kahit na meron akong mga ganito dati, no one really attempted or nagkusang loob na turuan ako. Pinabayaan lang nila ako. So ganun lang. So napunta ako dun sa adult life ko na hindi talaga ako natuto kasi wala nagturo, and madalas na hindi kapag nag-ask ako naturuan nila ako, ganyan. Halos floating lang din yung tinuturo nila. Ganun. Then, nung nag-college, there was this one incident na pumunta kami ng Bohol, I think, together with my classmates. Okay? And then, sa Bohol, yung in-stayan namin for the night, meron silang mga pools, diba? So, resort ito. So, swimming kami, ganun. Tapos, pinulikat ako. Okay, pinulikat ako. So, sobrang sakit and I'm at the middle of the pool. So, noting na 5 feet pool lang ito. Okay? And, ayun, di pinulikat ako. I'm at the middle of the pool. Andun yun na. Putik na ako nalunod. Tapos, nalunod na ako. Syempre, parang hihingi ako ng tulong doon sa mga friends ko, diba? Mga classmates ko. Tapos, habang nalulunod ako, nakikita ko sila parang tinatawanan pa nila ako, ganon. Parang akala daw nila, nagjo-joke lang ako. Mga walang ya. So, tinitignan lang nila ako. Tapos yung iba tumatawa pa. Parang kala talaga nila nag-joke lang ako. Tapos, meron lang isa na nakaupo sa side ng pool. Tapos, she extended her arm. Parang, siguro na-realize niya, nalulunod ba to? Sige nga. Tapos, sobrang panic ko. Right? Sobrang panic ko. Once I grabbed her hand, I yanked myself palapit sa kanya, diba? Pero sobrang napalakas yata na din siya sa pool. Ganon. Nahulog din siya sa pool. So, yun. Pero dun sa momentum ng pagkahahatak ko nga sa kanya, nalapit ako dun sa bandang side na medyo pa 4 feet, 3 feet na lang, ganyan. So, ayun. I survived. Sa expense ng friend ko na walang balak yata mag-swimming. Tapos yan. So, ayun. Nalublob siya. So, ito yung talagang medyo traumatic sa akin na I almost drowned in a 5 feet pool. Kung nalunod man ako nun, that would be a really sucky way to go out. Diba? That would suck really hard. So, ayun. Out of this experience, hindi na ako masyadong nag-a-attempt na lumangoy. Kasi nga, na-trauma ako, diba? Until such point na, kapag meron kami pinupuntahan na lugar na hindi ko masyadong ma-fully experience yung lugar kasi nga, it requires you to swim in a way. Like, halimbawa, pumunta kami ng Boracay, ganyan. So, kapag nag-highland hopping ka, kung takot ka sa tubig or malunod, minsan hindi ka nasasama dun sa pagtingin ng mga corals, ganyan-ganyan. So, I'm not fully experiencing things. So, that's why I decided then na, okay, baka kailangan kong mag-swimming lessons talaga. Parang ganyan. So, I decided to enroll dun sa isang group na nagbibigay ng swimming lessons. So, yung program nila, parang 8 sessions siya. And then, it will cover the basic swimming strokes or yung basic na paglangoy, yung freestyle and breaststroke, and tuturuan ka din nila on how to survive in open water. So tuturuan ka nilang mag-floating tsaka water treading, ganyan. So 8 sessions, this is around 5,000 pesos. Parang ganun yung presyuhan nila. And then okay naman. So finally natuto na ako. Like now, kung sakaling nasa bangka ako or nasa barko ako tapos walang life vest tapos biglang lumubog or tumaob, I think I could survive now, kumbaga. So, nakuha ko naman yung goal ko out of that swimming lessons na matuto nga ako on how to survive once, some unfortunate things happen. So, ngayon sa paglangoy, yung alam kong gawin is strictly for survival, kumbaga. So, hindi ito yung parang leisure or pang-competitive na langoy na ginagawa ng halos iba, diba? Parang, nasa swimming pool tayo. Uy, tara, race tayo. So, hindi pag ganun yung langoy ko. Yung parang leisure speed lang, kumbaga. And then, yun nga. Sabi ko nga, yung goal ko lang for this to really know how to survive. So, and then now, dati kung 98% yung panic levels ko or yung kaba levels ko kapag lumalangoy, ngayon nasa 2% na lang. Diba? That is a very good development or improvement on my part. Meron pa rin pero at least minimal na lang. And quite recently, nagkaroon ako ng friend na nagsa-sideline as a swimming instructor, specifically for free diving. So, pang malakasan siya, di ba? And then, nag-decide kami na tuturuan niya ako together with this other friend of ours. So, tuturuan niya kaming mag-free dive. So, hindi naman libre. Kumbaga, we paid for her entrance naman, tapos nilibre namin siya ng milk tea and whatnot. Pwede na yun. What our friends are for, di ba? Gamitan lang, joke lang. So, out of her good heart, let's say, so tinuruan niya kami. And then, yung isa naming kaibigan, nakasabay kong tinuturuan niya, is natuto ka agad. Ang bilis niya natuto, parang 1 session lang alam na niya. And me, being me, kulelat na naman. So, parang kalahati lang ng lessons niya yung nagawa ko. So, hindi ako natuloy dun sa free dive talaga. And during this time, dito ko talaga na-realize na okay, parang I might lack the enthusiasm in learning this skill. Parang ganun. Yung parang masaya na ako sa aking leisure-centric and survival-focused swimming skills. And I think I'm fine with that. I mean, maybe in time, matutunan ko rin ito. But for now, parang I'm fine on what I have. Kumbaga. And with that, let's go to our 3-in-1 questions. So una, anong edad ka natutong lumangoy? May nagturo ba sa'yo? Pangalawa, marunong ka bang sumisid? Kung oo, so ba't ang yabang mo? Na joke lang. And yung last is, anong record mo sa breath hold? Ilang seconds or minutes yan? Yun, siya nawa. The coffee break is over. Catch you in the next one. Cheers. Hey, this is Drei, and welcome to the Coffee Breakers Club podcast. This is episode 24 of this podcast, and thank you for joining me. Alright, today, let's talk about the guitar. So, ito yung third and last installment ko para dun sa things I wished I excel at, or at least I am good at. So, the first one was basketball, and the second one is swimming. And this last one is ito yung pinaka-frustration ko actually. So, I won't beat around the bushes. I'll say it straight up. So, I can't play the guitar. And for someone who grew up with listening to bands, no, sa rock music, that reason alone is enough for me to be interested with it. But unfortunately, up until now, hindi pa rin ako marunong. And adding to that, I had this lifelong fantasy na manligaw ako na mangharana. Tama, yung parang kung manliligaw ako, gusto ko meron akong episode na haharanahin ko yung magiging girlfriend ko or yung girlfriend ko ngayon. So, something like that. And we can't also deny yung contribution ng pagigitara sa masayang tambayan or for others, inuman. So, parang hindi to kompleto kung walang magigitara bigla, diba? So, a lot of things going for it. And some even say that it's really easy to learn or acquire this skill. So, just to give you an idea on my current level, up until now, yung chord na A lang yung alam kong gawin. And yung iba, dati natutunan ko naman sila pero limot ko na sila ngayon. And to add to my heartbreak, diba? My father is actually a good guitar player and he has several guitars. Pero there's one acoustic guitar that he is really fond of kasi according to him, it's really top of the line. And some of my college friends na nakita, they actually confirmed na, wow, ang ganda ng gitara na to and whatnot. And that particular one, actually, pinamana niya sa akin. Diba? So, ang daming reason for me to learn this. So, ayun. And in fairness naman sa akin, elementary pa lang, tinry ko na siyang alamin or aralin using song hits. So yes, inabutan ko pa yung mga song hits. So, minsan nasa center spread siya or minsan nasa likod, andun yung mga chords. And then sa song hits, diba, andun yung mga chords ng bawat kanta. And you can try to play them using that. And yeah, ending, di rin ako natuto. I guess I'm really easy or fast to get bored. I get distracted quite easily as well. And maybe for this particular one, I really lack the patience and the due diligence para matutunan to. I don't know why. I mean, sabi nila ng mga friends ko, maybe hindi talaga ako interesado. I'm not sure, pero I like the idea, pero kapag gagawin ko na siya, yun, ang dali ko talaga sumuko. So I'm really torn with regards to this one. And come high school, medyo nabanggit ko nga dun sa mga previous episode ko na sobrang uso ng mga Pinoy bands noon, right? So sobrang uso din in effect ng mga battle of the bands for any, say, events, no? So, lagi may battle of the bands nun. So, at syempre, since ang daming marunong mag-gitara nun, so yung pagbuo ng isang amateur band is ginawa halos ng lahat, no? Nung high school namin. So, syempre, kami, yung section namin, hindi kayong papahuli dyan. So, meron din kami yung band, right? Na nagja-jamming. And ako yung isa sa mga vocalist nung banda na yon. We don't have a name kasi nga it's out of fun lang, pero yeah, ako yung vocalist nung band, not because I'm really good at singing actually. It's actually because I can't play any of the instruments, no? So I can play the drums, I can play the bass, and as per this episode, I can play the guitar. So, no choice lang kaya ako nag-vocalist. So, doon na nagtapos yung 3-month experience ko sa isang banda. No? Kasi come college, puro pagpapatiwakal lang yung inatupag ko para lang pumasa sa mga subjects ko. No? Para gumraduate ako on time. Pero nung nagre-review na ako for the board exam, so, I got this roommate na syempre classmate ko din, na dinala niya yung gitara niya, I guess to fight boredom and stress na rin siguro of reviewing or preparing for the board exam. So yeah, he bought his guitar sa dorm namin, and then from time to time, sa sobrang inip ko rin siguro and walang masyadong pagkakaabalahan dun eh, so I picked it up, search for the chords ng Jeepney ng Sponge Cola, and yeah, try to play it. So for this 6-month period, natutunan ko naman siyang i-play, no? And tama naman yung chords na ginagamit ko, no? Kasi I even watch a YouTube video tutorial na I think yun yung mismong gitarista ng Sponge, if not a really good one, no? Kung saan yung mga placement ng daliri niya, doon ko rin nilalagay yung sa akin. And then yung strumming, gayang-gaya din. Pero for some reason, hindi masyadong katunog. Pero nakatono yung gitara, diba? Nakatono naman, pero di ko alam. And yes, limot ko na rin siya ngayon. So di ko na alam patugtugin yung Jeepney. So yeah, sad. And naalala ko pala, during high school, ang daming nag-try kapain yung lead no gitara by Rokia. So some are very good at it, yung pag-imitate nila dun sa lead. Pero yeah, isa yun sa mga tumatak sa akin na almost everyone that played the guitar tried to do that. Kasi hindi pa naman ganun ka widespread yung internet noon na everything has a video, everything has a tutorial, diba? So naranasan pa rin namin yung time na sariling sikap talaga. So that was a special time, I think. And going back to my father, na nabanggit ko nga na he's decent in terms of playing the guitar, and there are 2 songs na medyo gusto kong pinapatugtog niya from time to time. Una, sa Beatles, yung When I'm 64. tsaka yung sa Apo na yung Pag-ibig. So yung dalawang songs na yun. And when he plays them, he actually sings them too. So complete package kumbaga. And yeah, I really love hearing those from him when he plays the guitar. So bali hindi pa naman ako sumusuko in learning this, but it's one of those things na hindi ko masyadong priority or hindi ko pina-prioritize. Right? Sabi ko nga nung una, I really love the idea of me playing it, but maybe they are right. I really lack the actual interest in going through the process in learning it. So yeah. So hopefully I'll grow or develop yung interest to play this one. But yeah, at the moment wala. Puro depression lang. Sige, punta na tayo sa 3-in-1 questions. First one, marunong ka bang mag-gitara? Ilang taon ka nun nung natuto ka? Pangalawa, anong paborito or at least kabisado mo na patugtugin na kanta? And third one, if you have a guitar, anong brand ang gitara mo? Siya nawa, the coffee break is over. Catch you in the next one. Cheers!